Breaking news from China, and we go to southern China's Guangxi Autonomous Region, where search and rescue continue after China Eastern Airlines plane with 132 people on board crashed Monday afternoon. The Boeing 737-800 aircraft, flight MU5735 bound for Guangzhou from Kunming, went down into a village in the city of Wuzhou on Monday afternoon. There were 123 passengers and 9 crew members on board the plane. Rescuers have yet to find any survivors. Over 70 experts, 30 helicopter medics and a dozen relatives of those aboard the plane have arrived in Guangxi. A local hospital was designated and over 200 medics are on standby. Chinese President Xi Jinping has ordered all-out search and rescue efforts. Chinese Vice Premier Liu He and State Councilor Yong are in Guangxi to oversee and coordinate operations. Now, for more on that, let's cross live to our reporters Weiwei in Wuzhou in Guangxi, Huang Fei in Guangzhou, Wang Siwen in Shanghai, and Zhao Yunfei in Beijing. Let me start with you, Weiwei. I know you're very close to the crash site. Tell us the latest about the search and rescue.
Well, yes, Pandong, you know, me and my cameraman, I had to say that we had a sleepless night as the rescue operation is ongoing, and actually we're very close to that site. It is in the woods and on the mountain right behind this mountain. It looks a little bit far, but actually if you take a motorcycle, it will take about 20 minutes to get there, according to what local villagers told me. And as you just mentioned, high-ranking officials have arrived at Wuzhou to oversee this operation. And right now, we're still waiting for the updates and new progress of this rescue operation. We are waiting for a press conference, which is very likely to be held within today. And right now, at least 1,300 firefighters are working in shifts on the rescue work, and as well as another 200 medical staff are on standby, as you just mentioned. And among this medical personnel, there were experts in intensive care, in orthopedic and burn injuries, and as well as a number of psychologists ready to provide any mental consultations. And now we're still waiting here for any updates of this rescue. And we are now actually at a temporary command center. We'll keep you updated at any moment. Back to you, Pandong.
Thank you very much. Our reporter Weiwei, very close to the crash site in Guangxi. Now we go to Guangzhou in Guangdong province. Our reporter Huang Fei is now standing by at Guangzhou airport. So Huang Fei, tell us more about the situation at this scheduled destination of this crashed flight.
Yes, Pandong, at the Guangzhou International Airport, there is a temporary reception area for families of the passengers and crew members on board. You can see behind me these black shields, T1 emergency handling. These were set up by the airport yesterday to protect the family members from the media inquiries, just to give them some much needed privacy during these very, very vulnerable times. At the moment, we haven't seen any relatives arriving, but earlier we did see a number of family members coming into this area, and we did hear some of them crying through those walls. It's absolutely heart-wrenching to hear those sounds a day after this accident. Some of the first batch of the family members actually arrived here just past 3 p.m. yesterday when the flight, as you said, was supposed to land here in Guangzhou, and instead they've been receiving this absolutely horrendous nightmare that is still unfolding as we speak. At the moment, we also saw that ambulances are parked outside the airport just in case some distraught family members need medical attention. For the rest of them, they'll be given given a COVID test, and they will be put onto a bus heading to Guangxi. But of course, the bus may not be able to actually deliver them straight to the crash site. As my colleague Weiwei mentioned, it's a mountainous area. It's very dangerous terrain right now. But it will bring these families closer to their loved ones. Other than that, we're also hearing that there are massive flight cancellations from China Eastern. Since yesterday, hundreds of flights have been canceled. We saw earlier long lines of people in front of China Eastern ticket refund counters trying to refund their tickets. We also hear reports of people not flying with China Eastern but wanting to return their tickets, wanting to switch to high-speed rail, just for similar distance travels, with details still being far and few between with the cause of the accident. It's very understandable that people are feeling very nervous about flying right now. Pandong.
Thank you very much, our reporter Huang Fei in Guangzhou. Now let's go to our reporter Wang Siwen in Shanghai, where the China Eastern Airlines is headquartered. Hello, Siwen, tell us more about the responses from the carrier so far.
Hi, Pandong. Now I'm outside the China Eastern Airlines headquarters in Shanghai. And so far, no press conference has been held by the airline, but they did post something on their Weiwei account. They have blacked their Weiwei's profile photos, and they send condolences to the related families. And they have also set up an emergency hotline and the rescue line. And so far, China Eastern Airlines has initiated emergency response mechanism and set up 9 working groups, including investigation, family assistance, financial, legal support, and so on. And for their information group, they have set up like a platform between the passengers and the airline. They have also set up a platform between the airline and the China Civil Aviation Administration. And also, so far, the airline is working on to trace the 132 passengers and crew members. And as I heard, to trace the crew members is going to be much easier, but for the 123 passengers family, it's going to take some time. And basically, they have been using the departure control system. And also, starting from today, China Eastern Airlines will suspend operation of all of its Boeing 737-800 passenger jet. And for this one causing accident, it has been served for more than 6 years, and it belongs to the Yunnan branch of China Eastern. And it has 162 passenger seats and also a dozen business class seats. Back to you, Pandong.
Thank you very much, our reporter Wang Siwen in Shanghai. Now let's go to our reporter Zhao Yunfei in Beijing. Yunfei, you've been following this very closely from the Chinese capital. Tell us more about all the official information and responses you've got.
Yes, Pandong. So this accident has really suspended a record of more than a decade of safety operations in China's civil aviation. So therefore, there's a huge amount of attention and concerns among Chinese netizens on the tragedy. Chinese President Xi Jinping has immediately ordered all research and rescue works, and he said that in his instruction that he was shocked to learn about the accident. So he demanded the swift actions to identify the cause of the crash, and he ordered the authorities to ensure the absolute safety of the aviation operations. The Civil Aviation Administration of China has dispatched its working team to the site, and they have already arrived in Wuzhou. They say that they have launched an emergency response mechanism. The mechanism requested relevant flight sectors to identify security risks by examining aircraft maintenance and personnel qualification. So aviation experts have been analyzing the cause of the crash around the country. So some say that it is extremely rare for an aircraft to end up in a near vertical altitude. The plane was a 6-year-old Boeing 737-800, and Boeing says that they have been in close communication with the relevant sector and have offered this support to China's aviation administration. Pandong.
Thank you very much, our reporter Zhao Yunfei in Beijing.